My friends, I hope you all know the champion by now. If not, catch up on my fishing videos. People watch only my reviews. But most of the time, the champion is in my fishing videos. And if I had to describe the champion to a crowd, I would introduce him as a true fishing extraordinaire. That's what he is. I believe that. And the reason everyone calls him the champion is because he keeps doing stuff that is so amazing that people cannot even comprehend, okay? So you can't even imagine this stuff, but he is actually doing it. And this is what happened again this weekend. I know most of you have caught two fish at once, and even I have. Mostly perch, but I know people catch skipjack, all kinds of other stuff. And I'm sure many of you have caught two catfish at once. Okay, with these high-low rigs, you can do it. But you can't do it the way the champion can do it, guys, okay? The champion caught two catfish at once. But are you ready for this? He had only one single hook on the line. Okay, I want you to pause this video and think for a minute on how can this even happen. Okay, but it happened. The champion already did it. Okay, you can't even imagine, but he's done it. I have the video, I have the proof. I saw it with these two eyes, and it's a story that I will probably tell my grandkids one day when I'm 65 years old. Hopefully, I get to live that old and I get to have grandkids. But I'm here today to describe to you how he actually achieved that, because I gave it a lot of thought after what happened, and I think I will be able to reproduce to you what actually happened. First, I'm gonna do it here on the table. I'm gonna bring the camera up close and I'm gonna show you how it actually happened, because it's not easy to figure it out. And after the table, I'm gonna play the actual video for you, okay? So come up here. Okay, folks, so let me try to deconstruct for you the miracle that the champion managed to achieve. So let's look at a visualization of his actual rig over there, okay? This is a visualization, not his actual rig. Actually, the sinkers here that you see, that part is actual. These are the two sinkers that he uses. Why two sinkers? Like that, I don't know. I don't ask the champion questions because I'm sure he has his reasons. I just trust his judgment. He decided to go with these sinkers and he did what he did. But let's go over his rig real quick. So we have his main line over here, which is monofilament, 0.40 millimeter diameter, something like 20 or whatever, 25 pound, doesn't matter. Then he has a swivel. I don't have a swivel here, but I just had to put them on something. And then he has a leader, okay? And the interesting thing about his leader is, and I'm gonna try to put an image while I'm talking here of his actual leader. The interesting thing about his leader is that he uses more than 3 feet of leader. And you can see on the image and confirm this for yourselves that he does indeed use a whole lot of leader. And the other interesting thing about his leader is that he makes the leader out of braid, okay? Everybody else makes the leaders out of mono. He makes them out of braid. Again, I don't ask him questions, believe it or not. I have never asked him why from braid. Why? I know he has his reasons. Okay. So okay, we have 3 feet. Let's say 3 feet of braid leader here, and then he has a hook. He actually uses a circle hook, but again, I just put together something for visualization purposes. Now, here is how he caught 2 fish with only one single hook. The key is try to imagine how this rig sits on the bottom. How do you think this rig sits on the bottom? Do you think that it's possible that this rig sometimes, at least sometimes, falls on the bottom and it sits flat like this? Now, I submit to you that it is physically impossible for this rig to sit flat and stretched on the bottom like this. It can never happen. And here is why. Think about the density of the lead, okay? Very heavy, very small, sinks through the water column very fast, okay? Because it's so small, very little water drag, just sinks very fast. But think about what's going on here with the hook. We have a piece of cut bait on top of it, or through it. But the thing is, the density of the fish is, almost the same as density of water. So the bait on the hook will have just about neutral buoyancy. So this bait doesn't want to sink to begin with. And then because it's a big chunk, it has a lot of drag while it's sinking. So you have lead here that is sinking very fast, and then you have your bait with the hook that doesn't want to sink, okay? So as the lead is sinking, it will be pulling, this will always happen while they sink. Nothing else is physically possible. While they are sinking, the lead will be pulling the bait and the hook down, and the bait and the hook will be on top of the lead while they're sinking. And at the end, they will sink, they will fall on the bottom, and the hook will fall somewhere close to the lead. Okay, it will always fall close to the lead just because it has to be over the lead while they're sinking. And then what happens with these 3 feet of braid that he tied? Okay, well, these 3 feet of braid, imagine this is the bottom here and this is the surface of the lake. These 3 feet of braid will be dangling right on top of the bait. Okay, so what happened is, the only plausible scenario in my opinion, the first catfish came and smelled the bait over here on the hook, and he came on top of the bait, okay? And then somehow one of the fins of the catfish, you have all seen the fin of a catfish, okay? They have these micro barbs that are facing the opposite direction. Those of you who have got a channel cat in your cast net, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Once this braid touches the fin of a catfish, oh my god, it's just as good as hooking him in the mouth. But what happened was the fish probably felt that it got tangled or felt the contact of the line, and then he started frenetically, trying to untangle, and he got tangled even more. And he got tangled so bad that he couldn't even move. And now that this catfish is here, a second catfish comes and eats the bait. Okay. Now we have one catfish on the hook and one catfish on top tangled with the braid. Note that we can be sure of the order of the events here. This catfish got tangled first, and this catfish ate the bait second. You can't switch this order, because if this catfish ate the bait first, there is no reason for the second catfish to come. And even if it comes, if this catfish with the bait is struggling, it will actually stretch the braid. And if the braid is stretched, another catfish cannot really get tangled here. So this is what happened. I mean, this is a speculation. I don't have a camera on the bottom, but to me this is the only plausible scenario how the champion got 2 catfish at once using only one single hook. One of them got tangled on top, the other one on the hook. And here comes the video, but keep in mind, I already mentioned in the previous video, the audio for this video is completely destroyed because of my external microphone got wet. It was snowing the whole time, and there was a bad noise during the entire, video.
I don't. Ah! What the?
You have 2 fish.
How?
You have 1 hook or 2?
One.
How many? I'll show it. He got 2 fish, but this player got only 1 hook. Guys, this is not a setup. They're tangled to the death. That's true, he does have only 1 hook. No, you have never seen this. Okay, let me get the camera, I'll show you. Let's put it over here.